Hi guys!
Welcome again to our channel. My name is Uwadoka.
My name is Kachi.
And together we are the Perfect Match.
It's all about love. It's all about God. It's inspiring, educating, and so much fun. Love is in the air.
When you met him, you were asleep, right?
And we love to share. You can have a happy marriage. It's the MACH Show.
Hi, people. Welcome again to Perfect Match Forever TV. Today we have a fantastic couple with us. They are going to be telling us a lot of things about themselves and how they've been able to navigate through this marriage journey. So let's start with meeting you.
Ebere Chinedum Uwadoka.
I like that you're introducing her. You didn't wait for us to ask her to, but it's good. Yeah, it shows unity. So can we know how you met? How did you meet? So you give us your account of the story and he will give us his. So how did you meet?
Anyway, we knew ourselves in the university.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, in the same fellowship. But even then, we just knew as brother and sister.
Okay.
And if you knew my husband that time, very rascally.
Oh my.
Wow.
I didn't, when I count brothers in the fellowship, I don't really.
He wasn't on the
Wow.
list.
Really?
Yes. So, but when we left school,
Okay.
we have this fellowship, graduate fellowship.
Okay.
We still meet. So we were meeting there. And I think that's how we knew.
Okay. So at what point, sir, did you decide, I think she's the one for me?
Well, while in school, we were members of the Christian Union. Christian Union is an arm of NIFES. Now, the Christian Union was a serious organization. What she meant by how she described me was in school. You had people who were called social CU. With those ones who refused to box themselves into one image of a grieving Christian, but
Yeah.
understood what campus life was. So I was that kind of person. And she joined later. And so we now continued associations after school, different cities.
Okay.
Like I turned up in Lagos. She happened to be in Lagos, and every month we were meeting. We had a place where we met. But in school, one of the things that happened very strongly in school was the issue of life partner. We were taught and told in school to pray fervently for life partners.
Yes.
So you just didn't, you could admire a sister, like her for her looks or her demeanor, but you needed to pray to be sure who God was leading you to. That was one key thing. Yeah. In school, I had a sister I was going out with. Yeah, but praying and things happening, and then when you sat through this teaching and you prayed and weighed what you were taught against what you were experiencing, we came to a point where I told her, look, I don't think that I like you.
Yeah.
We are good friends, but it doesn't appear to me that this is God's will for us. So on that note, we just called it quits.
Okay.
It's not something you like doing, but going through what you were hearing. So for a while, I was just graduate looking for a job. I got a job, and then we're attending this
Fellowship. Okay.
Occasionally, as has been our practice, every 5 years we go back to school. Everybody comes back to school for a reunion.
Okay.
And it's a major a major comeback because we also bring back heavy topics, heavy talk, prayers, and so on and so forth. But before one of those outings, I started seriously praying now. I was working.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was ahead of me. And God kept, impressing on my mind that she was my wife. Now, if you look at her 30 years after wedding and she looks like this, if everybody grows fat after marriage, imagine what she would have been looking like before marriage. She was very tiny. She was very tiny in school. Because of her own nature of CU, it would be a major privilege for you to see her hair.
Oh wow!
Or she would tie it up.
It would be a major privilege.
Yes, this was another complete deviation from who I was, because I liked those who looked
like
good, looked good, presented themselves well. She was
more reserved.
Extreme, was very reserved. You dare not even talk to her beyond greeting. And so we knew her. That was that.
To me, this marriage is a ministry. It's not just an ordinary thing that we just walked
Wow.
with, because there are also so many things that we would have found out that because of the way God led us,
Yes.
we didn't even bother. Do you know that genotype wise we are not compatible?
Wow.
Wow.
Yes. He's AS, I am AS.
Wow.
I hope you guys are saying wow with us.
How? Wow.
That's amazing. That's a miracle. And you can see they have about
They have 3 children.
3 children, and none of them is
2 of them are AA.
none of.
Wow.
Now this is God at work in marriages. When God has said this is your partner, He will make everything perfect. Wow.
When he came, my brother was like, this green grass that don't even have your house. Maybe I'd already made up my mind, because this is what the will of God. So when I sent to my mother now said, anything your senior brother said.
Okay.
Then I told my senior sister, I'm the last in the family of 6. I'm the last.
Oh,
All of them
we're all married.
So when I told my senior sister, that one says that she will agree only if she knows our genotype.
Hey.
because she was a matron, and she has been seeing
A lot of family
agonize,
issues based
then,
on.
But then we didn't even bother to check, because
I didn't even know what it meant.
the first thing is that I believe that since it's God,
He's God.
that
Everything.
Every other thing is.
But
Wow.
after everything, my husband is a very likable person. After everything, I was able to convince my senior brother. My senior brother now, because the first time he brought wine, that one said, no, cannot take wine from somebody like something like that. Then
Wow.
the second time, after I was able to convince him, he now brought wine. He brought his friends. He now sent to my mother that they have agreed.
Okay.
He has agreed.
Okay.
So that was how. So then my
Amazing.
senior sister, because when my husband came, everybody just
Yeah.
like, she forgot the genotype issue. And I believe it was God, because I know she would have held on that one.
Wow.
And that would have been a big factor.
Yes. And because my mother illiterate, either one said no, that one will say me too.
No.
Amazing. Like, what other best love stories have you heard that's as much as heavenly as this? When God plans your marriage, when God plans your spouse, this is your spouse, everything begins to fall into place. So do not try to run ahead of God or try to plan for God. Just allow Him, let His will be done in your marriage, and you can see how beautiful, how handsome they look after how many years of marriage?
30 plus.
30 plus.
30.
31 this year.
Wow.
That's not a joke. That's not beans. How was the wedding?
I was working, she was serving. I wasn't being paid a lot of money, but at that time, it was quite some money. You could do anything with it. So after we spoke, I timed my earnings and thought, well, in a year's time, I should have had enough for us to rent a house and then plan a wedding.
Things now, kitchen.
Yeah. Well, no. Our plan also was rent a house, furnish it moderately, minimally.
Okay.
Get only the key things. Key things were for us: kitchen, equipped, bedroom, bed, and whatever else had money. One TV. That's what we did. So our plan was to get married at the Assemblies of God, Uwadoka.
It's like their sectional.
That was the sectional headquarters. But this was a small, just a beginning church.
Okay.
We were meeting in a shop at the time because it was the closest to where I was living. I always have the choice. I always like to not to go too far for church. I chose to stay in that small church. We were about six people or so.
6 members.
6 members. Yes. So, like I said, I was not saving money for wedding. But one day in church, because this was a shop, it was a shop, so it was in the market. One Sunday morning, we came to church. Because it's a shop, we only had a door, had no window, and it was along in the market. But there was a woman opposite. She used to fry things, akara, and all that. And somehow she made it a point that every Sunday morning she would come to fry her stuff, akara, plantain. And then the kind of wood or whatever it was she was using, she wasn't frying on gas. Gas
yeah, of course.
It was frying on wood. So somehow the wind would be driving the smoke back inside the church.
Oh my.
I was with no window church, no door church. That Sunday was so bad. The pastor just got exasperated. He said, look, we must do everything to live here. I was in church, everybody was in church. And so I think he found a place. He said he needed a certain amount of money for us to move there. And he wanted members to contribute. So I went.
6 of you.
Yeah, I wanted members. So I went. I had an account where I was saving money, but this was too there for me. So I took everything I had and gave to the
with
church.
what you were planning
Yes.
with wedding.
That was all I had to do. Anyway.
Oh my
That was all I
goodness.
was planning. So anyway, I gave it just for us to get out of that place.
Wow.
Well, again, friends would hear that this was happening to us. Say, what are you doing in a place like that? Your mates, your friends are all in Sulere. Come to Sulere and join us. But we had become packed with that small
Like a family.
that I didn't want to do. So for me, what the implication was that we were going to push our wedding forward. I had to start saving again. But that deep in my mind, I had certain principles, I had certain values. I wasn't one for expensive wedding. I never believed in borrowing a car to ferry my wife or myself to church. I never believed in those extraneous things. I just believed in do what you could afford on your wedding and finish. So we started. But somehow, because of my performance at work, I got a bonus. So I got paid some huge money. So this, my account had
That was red.
vanished. Yeah, so,
Became green.
yeah. And then on top of it, my boss at the time said, look, 3 of you had performed very well. So I'm going to get each of you a car.
Wow.
Wow.
So
You never
he
dreamt of
sent
that.
us, he sent us. That was exactly the time that you had the first auto fair in Lagos. It was in 1989. Sent us to Tafa Balewa Square. So go make a choice of any car. Let me know. So we went. Mercedes-Benz was on display. Volvo was on display. This was in display. This was in display. It's on display. So we went for, top of the range. He said, no, what I promised you is a car. I didn't promise maintenance. So buy what you can maintain. So that shifted us back to smaller units. Long and short, next week I had a brand new car.
Wow.
So
just like that.
So I told my friend, what I've been looking for is done.
Right here.
I'll drive myself to church.
Wow.
My wife should find her way to church. So no. Assemblies of God practice was the lady would relocate to church a week before the wedding. So you meet her in church. So I didn't have any problems. So I drove. So anyway, that was that. Then I saw that we had some resources. So instead of pushing the wedding forward, we moved it backwards. I said, instead of doing this in January, February, we can actually do it in November. We could do it in November. So when we looked at dates, my boss or somebody that I wanted to be part of it said November wasn't good for him. So we moved it up to October. So I told him, well, I had wedding. I want to first come off my beat. My beat was in Bonny. To come off my beat, then so I can do my wedding. Say, is that all? So what would it cost you? So I started putting the cost. Showed it to him. Said, is that all? Said, fine, okay. Go on.
Paid.
So
it's fully sponsored.
Yeah. So office looked after that. So he said, where are you going to do your bachelor's eve? I said, I don't want bachelor's eve. So how can you not want bachelor's eve? I didn't plan for bachelor's eve because also it wasn't. I didn't put all of that. I didn't want personally all of that. Anyway, he said you will do it. We'll do it. So they arranged a dinner. In those days, in those days in Eco Hotel, on the last floor of Eco Hotel, there was a Chinese restaurant called Shangri-La. So he said, bring your guests. How many guests will you have? How many guests will you have? So I counted my father, my mother, my in-laws, a few people. So we went. So that's where we spent. That's our honeymoon went. Dinner. All of
that's
us.
how we went down.
Office people who did that. And flowers. He said he wanted how do you get flowers? I said no, I want live flowers. So my colleague in the office went and arranged that. Cake, I didn't have a problem with that. My friend I was staying with had an elder sister who were all now together friends. It was her sister who was a staff of NYSC, and that was her quarters. And she was into cake making. So she said she would make cake. So we had very lovely cake. Our wedding clothes, we traveled to Aba. That time, night John was a normal thing. Yeah, we went to Aba, bought clothes and materials and so on. Came back, gave them to the tailor, they did all of that. So wedding was fully sponsored. And the man, my boss now said, okay, immediately after your wedding, prepare to travel. Where do you want to go to?
God.
Europe. So
where are these kind of bosses today?
Said okay, go to the UK.
And our God.
Wow.
Are you serious?
2 weeks after wedding, we left on honeymoon. 2 weeks.
It was a back-to-back blessing, back-to-back testimonies, like
in the UK, 1 night in Holland. 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and 1 night in Holland.
what a beautiful story.
So that's how we started. Meanwhile, so like I said, wedding morning, my friends, my colleagues, we told me we had this car. I drove myself and my best man. We went to church. Told my parents, whoever would bring them to church. I met them. After our wedding, I told everybody, find your way home. I took my wife.
With your car?
We went for Photoshop and all of photo. What do you
Hi. Yeah, Photoshoot.
call it? Went home.
You are looking for it.
So that's how wedding happened. The genotype thing, like I said, at the beginning, I didn't even know what it. I had never heard of it, except that my mother-in-law said it. But 2 days after our wedding, I think it was fatigue or breakdown. I was ill, so we went to one hospital in Okota, and the doctor wanted to know different things about blood group, genotype. That was when he said AS. He said my wife was AS.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? Okay.
It was when I was
Okay, when she was now pregnant. When she was now pregnant. Okay, he took my AS, but zero positive, all of that.
When he just said, I said, me, that's not how I will be AA. No, I don't know.
So when she was now pregnant, well, first pregnancy, I think.
You know, the first one I bought.
Yes, the first. Okay, I was either the first one or Chamaka. That's when we knew. That's when alarms, went out.
Gripped me. I forgot all those.
Wow. I am speechless. Like, God, you're so wonderful. You're just awesome. God gives the best love stories ever. I just want you guys to believe God. Like, if there's anything you take out from this, it is to believe God.
God is the number 3 person in every marriage. Well, normally, whether Christian or Satanic. For Christian couples who know we are getting married as Christians, God is number 3 persons. But what God said in Ephesians chapter 5, 22 and 25, where we always read, where it says, wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, verse 25, as Christ loved the church. That small word, as, it means if you say in the morning, oh Lord, I love you, or you sing, oh Lord, I love you, what God is saying is, I thank you for loving me. Show my love. Show that way, Lord. Show it to your wife. Demonstrate your love for me on your wife. Whatever you do on your wife, that's how much you love her. Or husband, or wife, you want, oh Lord, you are my Lord, and I do this and do that. Do it to your husband, because that's the only proof you have. If Christians told that line, you have no problems. Our fears for Christian marriage is not good. God will help us.
God will help us, and we're doing our little that we can to make you understand that God makes marriage work. Okay, we have come to the end of this gist session. Up next will be the game where we get to unwind and get to know more about our couple today, Engineer Ibere and Mrs. Chinedum Uwadoka. It's been so much fun. We'll be right back.
The MACH Show.
It's still the MACH series, and we are with the fantastic couple, Engineer Ibere and Mrs. Chinedum Uwadoka, who've been married for over 30 years. Now is the game time. We want to know more about them. This is a game we call the Who Knows Who More. In this game, we get to ask questions to the couple, and then the groom or the man himself would write answer the wife's answer, and then the wife would answer for the man. Then we'll see the matching answers and see whether, for 30 years they've known each other like that. Okay, we'll start the game by asking this question. The first question is, what is the color of your toothbrush? What is the color of your toothbrush? So, Ma, you answer
Present
for that.
toothbrush.
Presently, yes. And then Mommy would answer for Daddy. Well, let's see. So they write the answer, and then when it's time, they call out their answer and see if
No. Sorry. What answer am I supposed to give?
Mommy's, yes. No, you should write his own. What's the color of her toothbrush? What's the color of his toothbrush? Right now, at least. Okay, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, Daddy, what's the color of your toothbrush?
You.
The color of your toothbrush is blue. Mommy, what did you write?
I don't think.
Let us see what she wrote. There is no matching. Okay, Daddy. Mom, what do you color your toothbrush?
It's pink.
Pink. Daddy, what did you write?
Is that color pink?
Daddy wrote red. Who got it? Well, Daddy still got it
Who
somehow.
wants it? Red.
Nobody got it.
Who has it?
Really?
Nobody got it.
Okay, nobody. So that's 0-0. Okay, next question.
Listen.
What is the favorite Bible verse for mommy? And what's the favorite Bible verse for daddy? So mommy answer for daddy and daddy answer for mommy. Favorite Bible verse, you should know. She talks about it, you know, says it, sleeps with it, wake up with it.
I should
shares
write
it.
her phone.
Yes, write her own while she writes yours. What's daddy's favorite Bible verse? Mommy was daddy's favorite Bible verse. Daddy was mommy's favorite Bible verse. Okay, time up. Dad, what is mommy's favorite Bible verse?
Yeah, let her say it.
Okay, mommy, what's your favorite Bible?
Okay,
Yes.
this is Galenta. From henceforth, let no
That's
Okay, oh.
No particular.
This is becoming a
Anybody
tie.
that failed mine.
Okay, mommy, who is daddy's best friend? Daddy, who is mommy's best friend? Name of best friend.
Best friend.
Yes, best friend.
Friends or friend.
Friend.
Mama don't really have friends. Everybody is his friend. I cannot really say this is my husband. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I cannot say this is my friend.
Okay, I think you should no more say the comments. No comments anymore until it's time. And you cannot say my husband does not have a best friend. And if he says that, then it's a match.
I'm just writing. People like one or two, or one, must be one.
Who is your partner's best friend? That is what we are answering right now. Are you ready? Okay, mommy.
one should be for first.
Mommy, answer for daddy. Who is daddy's best friend?
My husband doesn't really have a friend yet. I'm telling you. I will say I'm the one. I cannot really say, okay.
Oh, should have allowed daddy to say it first. So daddy, who is your best friend?
She's my best friend.
Aww. Okay, daddy, your turn. But before then, mommy, who is your best friend?
My best friend is late. Since
No,
that-
current now.
No, forest.
What
What is that?
happened? A friend, maybe Joy. Celebrity. I don't really say.
Okay, daddy, what did you have on your paper? What did you write?
That is joy. I cancelled this.
So what do we do now?
Anne is my disciple.
Okay.
So mommy has 1 mark and daddy has no mark. Let's see what's going to be the score at the end of this game. The next question. What's your partner's favorite food? I think we had a glimpse of it during this session, but it's not bad. What's your partner's favorite dish?
Dish or
Food. This should be very easy. I don't expect anybody to fail. I don't expect anybody. Are you ready for your answers? Are you ready?
lunch food or breakfast.
Favorite should be favorite. Wait, if anything is your favorite, it don't matter, it doesn't matter. So, what's mommy's favorite food?
What I wrote, or she would
Okay,
say
mommy,
that.
what's your favorite food?
I like
Fufu and any kind of soup. Okay.
No.
Alright, Daddy, let's see what you
Daddy,
have.
what do you have? Apple.
Is it not the same?
It's the
Yeah,
same
correct.
thing. So 1 mark for Daddy. Nice. So mommy has 2, Daddy has 1. Next question. What's your partner's favorite public holiday? Is it Christmas?
Public.
Is it Easter? Is it Eid al-Fitr? Is it Valentine? Is it New Year's Eve? There's so many public holidays. What's your
These
favorite?
questions are just public holiday.
Yes. Which one gets her more excited or gets me more excited?
Public holiday. Favorite public holiday.
Yeah. But you expect the questions to be easy.
No, this is, I should write her own, right?
Yes, you write hers and then she writes yours. Okay, mommy, what's your favorite public holiday?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas period. Daddy, what do you write? Yay! That's 1 point for Daddy. So 2-2. So Daddy, what's your favorite public holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas. So mom, what did you write?
Christmas.
Oh. So we have 3-2. 3-2. Next one. Next question. You choose which one you think mommy will choose, and then you choose which one you think daddy will choose. Silver or gold? Would mommy take silver or gold? Would daddy take silver or gold?
Silver or gold in terms of jewelry or material,
Everything,
color or
anything, most things.
anyway.
You want to buy her something, would you want to buy her silver or gold? Which one would she prefer? Silver or gold? I don't want to like silver. My husband buys me gold, he knows that. So, which one would daddy like? Silver or gold? When it comes to wristwatch, silver or gold?
Mommy said,
Mommy said
silver.
And daddy said gold. So,
I'll be reading mine.
mommy is leading 4-2.
No, it's
Let's see if daddy will catch up with these last 2 questions. Let's see. Okay. The second to last question. We've asked Okwi to tell us his best friends. So you're gonna write Okwi's best friends. Yeah, the name is,
Friends.
yeah. Write 2 or 3. Anyone. Just write 2 or 3. Okwi's best friends.
Hold on. What's this guy's name? When you want something, that's when it goes. What's this Yoruba boy's name?
Mommy.
How can I forget?
If you don't remember one, write another one.
On my phone.
Write more than one. At least that will be marked.
Here is open. Still
Just
2
raise
now.
your paper.
Just raise your paper
Just
so that we
raise your
can
paper
see.
so the camera can see.
What's this boy's name?
This is totally different.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
When
Totally different
Okwi
from
told
this.
us that his best friends are
3 of my friends, you know, my best friend.
Okay, 3 of your friends.
Kule, Efi, Chika.
Chika
Let's
with
just
Chikuka.
mention Chika. Then
Is it-
Chikuka.
Okay, there's Chika, there's Chikuka.
Yes.
So that's okay.
Who is
Chika.
No.
Fast one. Yes. Then there's Steven.
No, wait. Who's the second name?
okay. So we've got to the end of this session. Mommy is the winner.
By 1 point.
No, by 2 points. 2 solid points.
Okay, so now it's the time for our highlight.
The MACH Show.
At the very last lap time, we're going to be having these match baskets. How it works, Daddy, you're going to be picking one of the papers. No, it's just one person to pick.
Oh,
We have four papers wrapped in this basket. Daddy, you pick one, you open it. We have M, A, C, H written in 4 papers. If you pick M, you're meant to marry your wife. Again, if you pick A, you're meant to appreciate your wife. If you pick C, you're meant to
Choose a love song.
choose a love song. And if you choose H, you're meant to hug your wife and whisper.
That's the easiest.
That's the easiest. So it's time to pick.
Choose him. It's just to choose.
Show the
It's
camera
not
what
to
you
sing
said.
it.
So
It's just to
the
choose
rule
the
is that
song.
you choose a song,
And sing it.
you sing the song, and you make sure she smiles and she responds to the song. That's the idea.
I choose a song.
Yeah.
What song do you choose?
Yes. Which song? I don't know this. I'm not used to.
I can shower.
Let them go young.
I know the thing is on my head.
Remind me now.
Let me now.
God bless you there.
God bless the day I found you. That's the most I can move from that.
No,
No,
Sing the song in
That's to
full.
see mommy's,
Let's
capture
sing
mommy's
that.
expression.
In full will be difficult to. Anyway, I can poem the song.
Go ahead.
God bless the day I found you, because it was one of the best days in the life of me. It's one of the best days that we talk about, and thank God that we found each other on that day. If there is anyone else that you think about, if there is anyone else that you never have thought about, let it be me.
That sounds so sweet. Please.
The love songs I know are.
I wish we had a copy of the song. We can just listen to it.
It's a song I wouldn't want to even sing, but it's what comes nearest to what I have in mind.
So it's been an exciting time with our daddy and our mommy engineer Ebere and mommy Chinedu Uwadoka. I'm sure you guys had fun watching this. We've come to the end finally. I want to say thank you very much, daddy, and thank you, mommy, for your time. And I believe it's been exciting. Till we come your way again, we are still the perfect match for a team.
What do you say, bye-bye?
Bye.
The MACH Show.